I'm Hrvoje Hirš, I'm from Croatia, I'm an artist and designer, and I'm just finishing my MA in Media Histories in Donau University Krems in Austria.
And you also work as an artist?
Yes, I also work as an artist.
Can you tell us what you do?
Well, my works are somewhere in the crossing between contemporary art and media art in that discourse. My main themes are materiality of an object, the energy that it emits in the space, I mean the aura of the art piece. And I try to deconstruct it to the primary parts, which I later on use as material for my works, for my explorations.
Would you say it is media art, what you do?
Yeah, it is media art, but on the verge of the media art, not pure media art, I think.
Why?
It's one of the rules that I think it's the interactiveness, and I'm like questioning it a little bit. I have a piece that is a bit ironic to it, spheres Euclidean space, and I have another one that's called resonance, the bell. And in that case, there is no sensors, there is nothing, but at the same time it's interactive because you have to walk through the space to perceive this Doppler effect that my object is realizing in the space. So, yeah, it takes it asks a movement in the space from you. So in that sense, it's some kind of interaction. I mean, it doesn't interact back completely, but on some level it does.
What is your project that you're going to do in Tribe Residency?
It's called a magnetophone. It's a pretty huge steel construction in which I will position about 12 play record heads. And it will record sound from inside of the space where the object will be, and it will play it simultaneously. So it will achieve a certain feedback, a resonance, and delay effect, but very random, since all the play record heads are going to do it randomly. The result is a little bit unpredictable. So the work is dealing with complex systems. I'm trying to visualize it on some level how.
And how is this work? How do you see this work in the timeline of what you did so far? In the context of your work in general, is there any new thing you're trying to test, or?
Yeah, on some level. I mean, it has elements that I used before. On material level, I used raw steel in my previous works. And on the another level, it's a little bit more complex than some of the other ones. It's still a medium that I've never used before. But basically, for every single new work, I'm using another medium or another technology, and I'm entering in the area that I'm not so familiar with. And it's a bit of a challenge, but I guess I'm doing it because I like it. So every time I learn something new.
How important is the sound in your work?
Sound is not crucial. I perceive it as some force that, in the same time, is invisible but very tactile. It's easy to manipulate, and that's basically why I use it. It has certain characteristics that are a little bit contradictory. So.
But in your work, I think you go to the basics, no?
Yeah.
Construction.
Yeah.
And do you relate to this term transitory art that we are trying to define at this symposium? And do you see your work in this context or not? And if yes, how?
Well, everything can be transitional. I mean, if it's changing its form, its position, at some level, any idea that has a transition from the material to material is transitional. So in this case, since I'm visualizing a certain system that's not material, and I'm trying to construct an object from it, then that level of transition, I think.
Is it also a transition between digital and analog?
Yeah. I don't know. But this is an analog piece, so.
It's an analog piece.
Yeah. I mean, the digital part is going to be the microcontroller that's running the play record functions, but the rest of it is analog.
Do you play with the idea of the original magnetophone? Of course you do, no?
How do you mean of the original?
Well, you're constructing a sort of a magnetophone.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
there was
The original magnetophone, like a machine that was operating. Well, I'm trying to construct an object that some level appears as a machine, but you're not completely sure, if it is a machine and what its function is, and in its visual aesthetic. I want it to be a bit like timeless. You can't really position it in that time and space where it really belongs.